Alright, so this video is another book review. This is about Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. It is written in Russian, translated to English. It's well written. It's enjoyable. It keeps you hooked. And the book is about essentially Satan goes to Moscow. That might seem like a weird premise, but yeah, the devil goes to Moscow. He causes mayhem, chaos. Characters' lives are ruined just by coming across him and talking to him a couple times. This weakness of this book is how confusing the plot seems at times. You don't really know who you're following, who the main character is. You don't even know where the book's going until you finish it, really. I'd say towards the end you find out where the book is heading. There are two stories happening simultaneously. The story about Moscow and the things happening in Moscow. And within that story, there's an author. And he's written a book that's very important to the plot of the story. And the book that he's written is the other story happening simultaneously that took place when Jesus was getting crucified. It's a story of Judas and Pilate, who was the Roman consultant of some kind. I think he was a judge or something who had the ruling that had Jesus crucified. That's who Pilate is. So the book follows those two stories at the same time. The book is, in the second half, is majority about Margarita, who's a woman who ends up becoming a witch and becomes friends with Lucifer. It's a crazy plot. It shows aspects of human nature that we should really be more ashamed of. Not ashamed of, but cautious about. It shows people's lust for money and for desires and pleasures, and how Satan takes advantage of those things when he first arrives in Moscow. There's some interesting quotes from the book. It's talking about how after Jesus got crucified, people just went home. They went to bed, they made dinner, they went to work, as if it wasn't the monumental piece in history that it is, right? And the quote is they add this. This is not biblical, but the author put this in there, that Jesus says that among the human vices, he considered cowardice one of its one of the most common human vices. One thing that, and this is a quote from Lucifer himself, who in the book follows the name of Ruland while in Moscow, and that is that fact is the most stubborn thing in the world, because somebody was arguing to him about whether or not something is true, and he says, well, it doesn't matter that you're arguing with me, because fact is the most stubborn thing in the world. It is what it is. Like, it happened, and you can't argue with it. It doesn't matter. One day you'll find out, or you don't. But the truth is what the truth is. And so, yeah, the book has interesting dynamics. I would say reasons to read the book: well written, character dynamics, how it portrays human nature, as well as a beautiful descriptive writing that has drama and is climactic, but keeps you on the edge. You never know what's happening until the very end. And for that reason, I would say the book is very good.